Hey developers, welcome back to another video. So in this video we'll be continuing with our Linux guide series, which is Ubuntu friendly or Linux friendly. So if you are new to Ubuntu, don't worry, this series is just for you to guide how you can learn Ubuntu. So without wasting any time, let's start. Alright, in this video we are gonna be learning the terminal or the command line interface. So this is the terminal. If you want to open, since I pinned it, you can check it there, but you have to go here, search and open the terminal. So let's adjust it a little bit. It'll open the terminal for me. I've installed the ZSH shell for me, since it's really productive when you're developing something. So in this episode we are gonna be learning this thing. So when I started coding, this was my first nightmare which started how to use this thing, and it has been really a long time since I learned it, and I feel like it's a lot really better than using graphical applications. This is a lot faster, and this is the way you're gonna be running various applications. Okay, like I have Python installed, so if you want to check Python version, you can do Python V, but you can't do it manually by going to any graphics. So it's easier that way, and you can do various stuff with this, even system administrations. Alright, so we'll be starting out with the first command guide. So let's clear up the screen. So the first command we checked out is clear. So let's check out the first command before clear. So the first command is ls. ls is for list. So it will list all the files you're in the folder you are in. So currently I am in this folder, which is tilde sign, which is /home/my user folder. So if you want to check which folder you're in, you can do pwd. So it's like print working directory, and this shows me which folder I am in. Okay, so if you're having trouble weaving through these things, I'll just deactivate the environment. So conda deactivate. Okay, so it's successfully deactivated. Now you can continue. So the first thing we're gonna do is pwd. So it prints the working directory where we are currently located. So this is the directory, and if you hit ls, it'll show you all the things or all the folders you're in. So if it shows in this color, it means it's a folder, else it's a file. Okay, now the next command we're gonna do is cd. cd is for change directory, and we are gonna move to desktop. Okay, so desktop is basically this thing, this environment right here. So we're gonna go to desktop. So cd, and be sure to use capitalized D, as bash is sensitive to capitalization. So capital D desktop. So this changes as we move into desktop. Now we can start our operations. So the first thing we're gonna do is ls. So there's nothing there yet. So basically, if you're wondering why these two folders aren't shown, these are counted as hidden folders. So if you want to see all the things in this folder, you can do ls al. So we actually have this dot and this. So let's say we have come to this desktop by mistake and we want to go back to this folder. How are we gonna do it? So we're gonna do cd space dot dot. So if you're wondering how you're gonna get this command, this will be available in the description below in the format of a cheat sheet, gist. So you can check it and you can follow my tutorial. So if you want to go back from desktop to this normal just root folder, you can do cd 2 periods and hit enter. We have gone back successfully. Now if you want to check all the hidden folders, you have to do ls list -al. A is for all. Now if you hit enter, there are so many folders which is so normal. So if you hit ls, there are just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 or maximum 10 folders, but here we get so many things. So a folder is always denoted by blue color and a file is always denoted by white color. So that's a rule when you have ZSH and syntax highlighting. Alright, now let's clear up the screen. So when the screen is filled with things and you want to clear it up, you have to do clear and hit enter, and it will clear everything up. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is working with directories. So let's move to desktop, cd desktop, and let's clear up the screen and let's make a folder. So what we usually do is go to a desktop where we're gonna make a folder and click name folder, and we'll enter a name called my folder. but this is kind of like hectic and it's taking your time. So what I'm going to do is press delete a folder, and now let's continue. So the first rule is the first command is for making a directory is mkdir space what's the name of the directory gonna be. So in my case it's gonna be my folder. Alright, so we have created a folder. Now let's check. Yay. So yes, this is the folder which I have made just now, instead of since I haven't retrieved it from the trash yet. So I can do it for you, mkdir, and it's gonna be my folder 2. Okay, there's a typo. Let's minimize this. So here's my folder which I have just created again. Alright, now if you want to delete a folder, you can do rm and rf. So rf is for recursive for, so if it's a folder, it will delete all the contents of the folder and also the folder. So in my case it's my folder2. So I want to delete my second folder. Now let's check. So it's not there anymore. So hence we have deleted the folder successfully. Alright, now let's make a file. Okay, the next command is touch. Okay, so touch is a command that creates a file for you. So let's explore how we are gonna make. So touch space test.txt. In this case I am gonna be making a text file. Okay, so we are gonna hit enter and let's check ls. So it's there. Okay, by the way, till now we are just making this folder and going to desktop, but now what we can do is, for shortcut, we can just do ls and check if it's there. And now I want to make another file called touch app.py. So in this case it's a Python file which we'll be making, and let's hit ls now. So it still shows up. Now if you're gonna wonder how to make a hidden file, you have to do this ls touch dot hidden dot, you have to always add a period before a file to hide. So dot hidden dot py. Let's ls, it's not showing up. Now if you try lsal, it'll show up. So this is the file which we just made. For simple purposes, we're just gonna remove it. So rm dot hidden dot py. So it's basically like rm space the file name. So there. Now if you are trying to make a file like this, hello world.py, it's gonna make a file called hello world. So it's gonna make two files, since it thinks there are two arguments. One file name is hello, another name is world. So now if you are trying to remove the first file, so you have to do rm hello without any extension and it will delete it. Same goes for rm world.py. Now if you want to make a file, but make a single file but with a name or with a name which has space in the between, you have to do this touch, you have to close and open and close the quotes and type hello world.py. Now let's type ls. So it's now a file. Now if you want to remove it, you have to do the same thing rm. Okay, now you have to use quotes hello world.py. So now it's working correctly as we expected. Oh yeah. So now what we're gonna do is, let's clear up the screen and see something. So touch test.txt. Now we want to write hello world inside to the file. So how are you gonna do it? So first of all, I have to expand it to a command called echo. So echo open and quote hello world. Now if we hit enter, what it does, okay, I have done a mistake. You must never add exclamation as it interpreted as another command. So hello world. Okay, so never use a exclamation and a quote after that, just do hello world and it echoes this back. So it basically echoes the same thing which we type in back again. So now we are gonna do echo hello there. Now what we have to do is echo this thing and this thing into this file which we just created. So if you type ls and verify, yes, it's still there. Now you have to do echo. Okay, now hello there. Now what you want to do is, after typing this, you know that it will just repeat this thing. So after this you have to add a space, a caret, right caret sign, and enter the name of the file. So it's test.text in my case. Okay, so nothing has been echoed like this output. Now let's type ls. Okay, now what we have to do is read the contents of this file. So we're gonna use a command called cat. So it reads the commands of contents of a file. So cat, the name of the file is test.txt. So when we see the contents of this file, this exists. Now what we have to do is echo hey there and add this to the end of the file without overriding this. But how are we gonna do this? So let's try the old command. So echo hey there, right caret test.txt, and now let's cat test.txt. Okay, now there seems to be a problem. So we wanted this line to be appended under this line, but it seems to override the contents. So there's a trick for this. So if we do echo hello again and use two carets and then the file name, and now let's read the contents test.txt. So now it appends. So when you use a single caret, it overrides the contents of the file, but when you use two carets, it just appends without overriding the contents of the file. Alright, let's open the file in a text editor. Okay, so I have a text editor installed, graphical text editor called gedit, and I'll do test.txt. I'll open it in a notepad. So this is the contents which you have now. I'll just copy it and I'll just keep on pasting. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll go here, starting, I'll add a line here. Sorry if you can't see, there seems to be some problem with my color palette, and I'll add ending. So these are the two lines which I've added, starting and ending. I'll hit Ctrl S and save it, and I'll close it. Let's clear up the screen and cat test.txt. Okay, so this is the ending and this is the starting. Now let's say we have a really long file like this. For example, I'm just showing a short file. So let's say we have a long file. So we want to read just the first 10 lines of this file. Now what we're going to do is head test.txt. So after typing head, a space and the name of the file. So it just gives us a starting and the first 10 lines of it. Let's say we want to just read the last 10 lines of the file. So same like head, we're gonna do tail test.txt. Now it's gonna give us the last 10 lines. So it gives us ending here, and here it gives us starting. Okay, now try a command called test.txt. So it gives us in a format where we can go through the whole file by hitting enter one by one. And if you want to exit out of this mod, you have to type the letter Q and it will exit out of the mod. Okay, now till now we just explored opening a graphical editor. But how about we want to instantly edit a file and instantly save it? So I have a surprise for you. So the command line editor exists. So it's called nano. So nano, the name of the file which you're gonna edit is test.txt. We're gonna hit enter and it opens. Now let's say we want to, after ending, we have to allow add this is another line from the nano CLI editor. Now we have made the changes which you wanted, and as you can see here there are shortcut bar. So what you have to do is hit Ctrl S, which saves the file, and to exit out of this mod you have to do Ctrl X. Okay, so after clearing up the screen, let's see the tail of the file. So tail test.txt, and let's see if the line which we added exists. So the line which we added exists. So yay, we have learned how to use for basic editing. Now I'll be showing something other tricks with nano. So let's say we want to do Ctrl R till file to insert. So you're gonna be asking, it will insert into a file which you want. So let's cancel it, and if you want help you can do Ctrl G and it will show you some command line. So in order to scroll below, you can just use the arrow keys to go. If you want to close this, you can do Ctrl X, And now if you want to find a word, let's do Control W. Where is, what do you want to search? I want to search hello. Let's type. See, it finds us this word. Okay. Now if you want to do this Control K, it will just cut the text. And if you want to paste it in the end after this line, you have to do Control U, and so it pastes the line which you copied. Now let's hit Control S and Control X to exit out of it and write tails s.text. So okay, so it's supposed to be tail. Sorry, I had a typo. So it works as we wanted. Yay. Now since we have went so far and learned the basic terminal commands, we are going to be learning now some interesting commands which helps us in knowing about our system. So let's clear up the screen and let's start with our first command, which is uname -a. So this gives us basically Linux system information, or the information about our system which we are currently using. So let's hit enter, and this is the Linux data. So my computer is 64-bit. I am located in India, and this is the time right now. This is the date, October 15. Sorry, it's not the date, it's November 13. And this is the things, like this is my username, this is the distro. Okay, I'm in the OS, this is the distro and the version. Now if you want some more system about kernel, which is the base of an operating system, you have to do uname -r. Instead of A, you have to do R. So this is the kernel operating base which we are using right now. Now let's see how much time it has been since I have turned on this computer. So let's use uptime, hit enter. So it's been 43 minutes since on. It has been using by one user, and the average load is this. So it gives us a lot of data, and currently the time is 20:44:35. So it's 8:44 and 35 seconds. Let's check the host name of our server. So the host is a unique address for our computer. So let's hit enter, and this is the host name. So this is the username or the host name, which is unique for each computer. And you know, when we reboot a computer, we need to sometimes know when our computer is last rebooted, so we can reboot it when needed. So there's a command to check when the last reboot was done. So you have to do last reboot and hit enter. So it gives me all the reboot times, and you can check it. So last reboot was done in this time, and it shows me still running since I haven't stopped this yet. Okay, now let's check the let's clear the screen and check the date for today. So hit date and it gives us everything. So Friday 13 November 2020, and currently it's 8:45 p.m. and I'm located in IST. Let's check this calendar for this month. So you have to type cal, short for calendar, and hit enter. So it's today's 13, it's highlighted and it shows the calendar. Okay, so I hope you have learned a lot of commands today, and I was working really smooth with it. It's nowadays really easy for me, as it's not really hard work. It's just memorizing small commands which can help you master the command line, coding, and administrating your device. Okay, so I hope you have understood a lot well. Now if you're thinking it's time to go, no, not yet. I'll be showing you some interesting commands which I've kept for the last. So it's time for the cherry on the top. So let's start. So the first command I'm gonna execute is neofetch. So let's type neofetch. So as you can see, it doesn't work. So you have to install this command. So you have to do sudo apt install neofetch. Okay, hit enter your password. It will install, hit Y, it will take some time. So it has finally installed. Now let's clear up the screen, all the junk, and now let's try neofetch. So this is an amazing art, and what it does is give us input or data about our OS, or all the common data. So this is all the data. So the OS I'm using is Ubuntu, host is HP G5 notebook PC, kernel version is this is the uptime, this is the 14 dpkg packages and 8 snap packages. The shell I'm using is ZSH, this is the resolution, the desktop environment being used is GNOME, this is the theme and stuff. So it's giving me a lot of info about my desktop. Okay, now let's clear up, and the next command we are gonna use is bashtop. So we have to install it. So we'll install it from the snap repository. So sudo snap install bashtop. So let's wait for it to install. So as you can see, it has finally installed bashtop. Let's clear up and hit bashtop, the command. So it's gonna open an awesome dashboard like ring. Yay! So this seems awesome, right? This shows me all my PC data. This is the process being used my PC. This is the memory available. So I have 3 GB of memory. This is the available memory. So I have 232 gigs of memory available. This is my internet speed. Okay, so it's currently 107 bytes per second, and these are the process which I've used. You can use the arrow keys and to go down and check all the processes which are running. So there's a lot of processes. Now if you want to exit out this menu, you can always explore and come back to this. This is an awesome thing. It's just a single command away, bashtop. So let's hit Ctrl C and exit out and clear it. The next command we're gonna use is figlet. So sudo apt install figlet. Let's install. So it has installed. Clear up, and this is gonna be a simple thing. So it's just not figlet command. You have to add figlet and type hello world. So what it does is convert the normal text to an awesome text art thing. Let's try figlet. Hey there, I am Sundrit. So it converts this. Now let's try for some symbols. Figlet. This is a symbol. This is a symbol. This is a symbol. This is a symbol. Okay, so this is a special thing. When you use a hound, it just comments out everything. So it doesn't read whatever is after this. So let's try again by removing this. So now it converts. So basically it was commented out, and the commented out things aren't usually read. So this is a way of converting your normal text into a text art. Now let's clear up and install sudo apt install fortune. Yes, as it sounds, it's an application which shows your fortune. Hey, this thing also has installed. Now let's try getting a fortune. So fortune provides question for the great answer. This is the question answer. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police. What was the greatest achievement in taxidermy? Alright, now let's try asking question. Fortune, is my video gonna be popular? Okay, so I'll remove the question mark. Is my video gonna be popular? No fortune found. Okay, fortune. Am I lucky? Okay, no fortunes. You have to type a random fortune. So let's wait for that. Okay, so this isn't a really good command, but it's kind of a good thing. And the ultimate command which you're gonna do is let's try it. Sudo apt install espeak. Let's install this. So yeah, it is installed, and now let's try it out. Espeak hello world. So I don't know if you have guys heard it, but what it does is make a machine voice. So it's a machine voice which speaks whatever you type after it. Maybe my recorder is having some issues recording it, but when you type espeak this, it speaks whatever is there after this. Okay, and the last thing which is really useful for you guys, one, the cheat sheet is in the description below, and two, let's say if you're having some issues with some command, like let's say I'm having issues with understanding the ls, what I'll do is man. So man is the man pages or the manual pages for a certain command. So you have to type man and the command which you're having problems with. Like let's say I'm having problem with ls, so I'll type man ls, and it'll keep on giving me the information about it. So like this is a flag for all, this is for almost all, this is for author, and if you want to keep on going you have to press enter. Okay, and it shows me 9, and this is the something. Press H for help, so this is the help, and press return for more, so return is the enter key, and Q when you're done, so Q is for quitting. Here also you have to type again Q to exit out of that mod. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and recommend this video with others, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and this helps me a lot, and this will break the YouTube algorithm and help my channel be recommended to everyone. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you next video. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.